Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the session. I'm Ramesh Singh with you. Hope all is well. And people watching me from across the country. As you know, we are so diverse country. We celebrate on the same day three different festivals. One is Makar Sankranti in the northwestern part of India and eastern part, and particularly in northeastern part, especially Magh Bihu, and in southern India, we celebrate Pongal today. So, welcome everybody. Delhi has got a very sunny days, but it is believed that from tomorrow we are going to have a bit chill for the next 3 to 4 days. So, this is about the weather update. So, coming to our today's session, you can see I have highlighted the topic of today's discussion, and I won't take much time today because I wanted to share with you to the point concepts and current aspects related to Indian economy in a highly exam oriented way. And without passing time, without taking much of your time, I would like to finish up with this in 15 minutes. Okay? And in coming week, you will have more such sessions coming from my side twice a week. After that, I would like to go for every alternate day. A small topic should be discussed which can help you prepare your exam in a better way. Okay, so let's move on to our topic of today, that is green bonds. You might have heard it in media, green bonds. Okay, so let's see from which angle and from which dimensions questions might be asked in your exam on green bonds. Okay, let's see the first thing. How did they come in news? Why green bonds came in news? So, green bonds, specifically in case of India, came in news when the budget of 2017-18 was presented by the government. Okay, this budget, Union Budget 2022-2023, in which the year in which we are. Okay, Government of India announced that it will issue green bonds equivalent to 16,000 crore rupees, that is 160 billion rupees, between October and March. It's believed that in preparations it took a bit more time. Just few days back, the Reserve Bank of India announced to issue them in two lots, that is known as two tranches, 8,000 each on January 25th and February 9th, 2023. Okay, and these bonds will be of 5 years and 10 years maturity period. Okay, this is the maturity period for these bonds. So, equivalent amount of 8,000 crore rupees, RBI will issue these bonds on 2 days, January 25th and February 9th, 2023. This is how green bonds came in news. Okay, no need to say, since these bonds are being issued by government of India, you must have read in media they are known as sovereign bonds. Sovereign bonds, because these bonds will be supported and secured by India's sovereign state, backed by sovereign power of India. Clear? So, any bond which is issued by a government, particularly outside country, they are known as sovereign bond. This one is specific in this case This is a green bond. Clear? So this is how the concept of green bonds came in news in case of India. Let us say what exactly they are. Okay, but these bonds are actually similar to other bonds. Okay, they are similar to other bonds, but the money raised so is invested in environmental friendly activities. You can also call it environmentally friendly activities. Okay, it means the money which will come out of it, where the money will be invested, they will be invested in such economic activities which are careful or sensitive to the concern of environmental degradation, environmental pollution, climate change, it all. Okay. Of certain bonds are known as climate bonds also. Okay, we will discuss those things in coming sessions. But today, let me be specific with only green bonds. Okay, so money coming out of that, to the extent government of India is concerned, public sector enterprises and public sector undertakings, they will use the money 16,000 crore particularly to develop India's infrastructure sector. Okay, and you know India has taken a pledge by 2070 India will be a carbon neutral country. So you can consider issuance of green bond actually part of this overall pledge. Clear? Is it clear to you? It means green bonds are nothing but bonds. And what are bonds? I will discuss later on, just soon. Okay. Up now, to the extent green bonds are concerned, so green bonds globally are part of a broader idea that is called environmental, social, and governance investing. Clear? ESG investing. ESG investing. Clear? Which is known across the world as impact investing also. Impact investing. The sense is that key a kind of investment process has been fashionably emerged, particularly from Western Europe and Northern America, which aims to invest in those activities which are careful to environmental cause, careful to social aspect and community living, and finally governance aspect. Those investment avenues which take care of environmental issues, social issues, and governance issues. Such investment vehicles and methods are popular across the world as ESG investing. Inside ESG investing, variety of instruments come. If you talk of bonds, the variety of bonds come. One bond is green bonds. Clear? To know more on ESG investing, you can refer my book 14th edition. Pages are from 14.32 to 14.33. Okay, so take a recap. These bonds are similar to other bonds. The only difference is the money which accrues out of such bonds, they are specifically invested in those economic activities which are careful and sensitive to environmental cause. Clear? To the extent India's green bonds are concerned, which are to be issued in January and February, money will be given to public sector companies which they will invest in infrastructural projects. Clear? If you have got any question, any doubt, you are free to ask your doubts. Coming to its background, don't know much about background, because if you search through Google or somewhere else, you get plethora of material. And I tell you always, for your examination, as much questions are not asked, more than that, informations are bombarded on your heads. My aim is giving you a specific idea in shortest possible time. So World Bank was the first agency which first issued such bonds in 2008. And one of such first bond which was issued by World Bank, the money was given directly to India, which was used by government of India to develop Rampur hydropower project placed in situated in Bal, Himachal Pradesh, which got completed in 2014. Clear? It means कि green bonds can be issued, fund can be raised by anybody, any country. But it was raised especially for the concern of India, developing country. The reason is that India needs more power. If you allow India to keep generating power using non-green method, it can cause big damage to global environment. It was considered by World Bank and IMF and UNO it is very essential to sensitize India kind of country towards possibilities of green investment in energy. This was the intention. Clear? The conservative estimate today is that a global market size of these bonds are today estimated to be around $2 trillion. Where from these estimates I am saying? The first is Green Bond Initiative. This is a World Bank initiative. Then idea of OECD group of countries, and then private agencies. Okay, the all agencies club today. Today globally, the green bond market is of around US $2 trillion. It is a big market. Okay, India has just begun. It is expected and believed in coming time, India will be tapping this bond market more fashionably. Clear? Now coming to some related things to green bond. The first is that bond. Bond is actually an instrument to borrow money from market. Clear? But a bond is an instrument to borrow money from market. Bonds normally, otherwise especially demarcated, normally matures. They mature, okay, over a 10 year, okay, over a 10 year. A fixed interest, a fixed interest is offered on them. Clear? This is all about a normal bond, and variety of bonds can be there. Okay, they can be infrastructure bond. Once upon a time, India issued Resurgent India bond. That was also a sovereign bond. The money which India raised out of those bonds, issuing them in America, Germany, and France, money was fully used to construct and develop infrastructure sector in the country. Okay. Another bond came like Millennium India Deposit. These all bonds about which I am talking, they have already matured and money have been paid back to the bond buyers. Okay. To the extent sovereign bonds are concerned for normal consumption, it was in Union Budget of 2017-18 that Government of India announced. I am particularly talking about sovereign bonds. Okay. For first time, Government of India announced in 2017-18 in coming time to meet the requirements of fiscal deficit, government will issue sovereign bonds. And by that time, proposal was of 10,000 crore rupees. Okay, but it was not issued by Government of India. Experts believe the green bond issuance of this time is basically part of this overall announcement which Government of India did make in 2017-18 Union Budget. Clear? This is all about green bonds. If you have got any question, you are free to ask your questions. Okay. Bond actually, Rizwan, what happens? Ki bonds are a normal term. Okay, you might have heard about corporate bonds. Okay, corporate bonds. Clear? So when we use term bond, bond belongs to capital market. Okay, capital market. Otherwise, private companies call them debentures. Okay, debentures. Clear? Which can be convertible and non-convertible both. Okay. When governments issue bond, so they are always basically minimum for 5 years to 10 years to 15 years. Okay. And if your sovereign credit rating is lower, so you need to offer a bit higher interest rate. If a nation has high credit rating given by rating agencies, so their bond is very attractive. Even if they offer lower interest rate, there are big consumption demand in the market. Clear? Ours is not so high quality bond, but India is today since a stable economic system. On great many fronts of economic fundamentals, India is strong. That is why India thinks कि our bond will be fully subscribed by the time we issue them. So it is testing water. It is a kind of testing water. Can we launch such kind of variety bonds, green bonds, blue bonds, climate bonds, such kind of thing? Because India has taken the most ambitious climate related and environment related pledge to go for carbon neutral by 2070. It is essential part of India's policy process. Clear? No, bonds are never convertible and non-convertible. Debentures are convertible and non-convertible. Okay. This is all for today. I am giving you the highlights of my course, which you can see over there. You can link up with me, joining my Telegram group over there. There is a channel also, and keep in touch, asking your doubts on regular basis. See you.